I knew something was wrong the moment the waiter approached me, with a tight smile. "Sir, are you sure your reservation is for two?" he asked quietly, glancing at the untouched second glass of water. I forced a laugh, even though a knot had already formed in my stomach. "Yeah," I said. "She's just running late." But in my chest, something whispered the truth. Maybe she isn't coming at all. 15 minutes passed. Then 30. Then 45. People around me tried not to stare, but their side glances were sharp, like tiny reminders that being stood up still hurts no matter how old you are. I kept checking my phone, refreshing messages that weren't there. My throat felt tight, and the idea of walking past those sympathetic eyes, felt even worse. Just when I finally exhaled and reached for my coat, the restaurant door opened, and in walked a little girl, not more than 6. Pink dress, small backpack, hair in uneven pigtails. She looked around the room until her eyes landed on me. Then she hurried over with the confidence of someone who'd practiced this moment. "Are you Daniel?" she asked, slightly out of breath. I blinked. Yes." She let out a tiny relieved sigh. "Good. My mommy's sorry she's late." My heart stuttered. "Your mommy." Before I could question, she climbed into the empty seat like she owned it. "She told me to wait with you because she had to park far. She said not to let you leave." The innocence in her voice softened something heavy inside me. People around us smiled now, not with pity, but with warmth. The little girl hummed happily while kicking her legs under the table. "Mommy says you're nice," she said matter-of-factly. "She said you look like someone who'd wait." I swallowed hard. There it was again, a tiny sentence that landed deeper than it should have. Someone who'd wait. Maybe I was. Maybe too much. Before I could respond, the door swung open again. This time, a woman rushed in, hair messy from the wind, anxiety written all over her face. And when her eyes met mine, everything inside her seemed to collapse with relief. "I'm so sorry," she said, breathless. "Traffic was a nightmare and she pointed at the little girl, insisted on coming with me because she said only she could fix my bad luck." Her voice faltered, embarrassed. I shook my head gently. "It's all right. You're here now." She smiled, tired, grateful, the kind of smile that carried a story behind it. She introduced herself as Clara and her daughter as Lily. And somehow the awkwardness dissolved into something soft, simple human. As we talked, I learned the truth. She was scared to text. She'd been stood up twice before by different people. The humiliation made her hesitate tonight, afraid she'd repeat a pattern. "I didn't want my daughter to see me disappointed again," she admitted quietly. "But she said if someone is kind, they wait. And she believed you would." Lily grinned proudly. "I told her you look patient." I couldn't help laughing. "Well, I try." Dinner flowed more easily than I expected. Clara was warm and honest. Lily interrupted with goofy questions, and somehow it made things better, not worse. Their bond felt real, genuine. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like a placeholder or an option. I felt seen. At one point, Clara's eyes softened. "You could have left, you know." I shrugged, trying to hide how much her words affected me. Maybe I stayed because someone believed I would. Lily whispered loudly, "That was me." And we all laughed. But the twist came when the waiter approached again, this time with a different tone. "Sir, someone left this at the front desk." He handed me a small envelope. Inside was a note. Familiar handwriting. "My ex-fiancée's. I heard you were finally going on a date. I hope she shows up. You deserve someone who won't waste your time like I did." Clara saw the shift in my expression. "Is everything okay?" she asked softly. I nodded. "Better than okay," I said, sliding the note aside. For the first time, things feel right. When the night ended, Clara hesitated. "Would you want to do this again? A real date. No rushing. No fear." I smiled. "Only if Lily approves." Lily stood tall like a little judge. "I approve," she declared. "Mommy needs someone who waits. Someone who smiles. Someone like you." And in that moment, the truth hit me. Sometimes the person meant for you is late, not because they don't care, but because life made them scared to show up. But kindness, patience, a small child's faith, They can change everything. That empty chair I stared at for an hour wasn't a sign of rejection. It was the space life kept open for someone better to walk in.